Hello, this is Lisa Russick with the podcast We Are All Psychic, and today I still think we're all psychic. Today is November the 15th, I do believe, 2024. We're getting on through this year, it's happening somehow. And today I want to do a podcast about how to make a magical oil, because I've always wanted to do more magic podcasts than we've done. And I'm just gonna do it. I can't find anyone to do it with, so I'm just gonna do it. Some of you may remember Akasha Prime, and she has been on the podcast many times. She is the one who made me a complete and true believer in magic. I had never been around anybody like her, and I'd never felt energy like a witch like that before when I met Akasha. So of course, as we're putting together a podcast on how to make a magical oil, I had to take you in a creepy basement to get herbs. But first we have to get a recipe. And of course, the recipe box was not where it was supposed to be. That is very typical in magic work. But we did find this. Oh my goodness. Every witch needs a familiar. Speaking of witches and familiars, look who's here, little Shadowcat Gandalf. And look what we found in the attic. My recipe box. So when you're going to make a magical oil or a magic potion, that's what I like to call it, you need a recipe. That's what Akasha taught me. She taught me how to do all this. And you always put your own intuition in. So this whole box is full of all kinds of magical recipes. Well, where did I come up with them? What I did was I made, for example, I'll pull out a recipe. This is Love Yourself, Fool. And there's usually 3 types of magical oils you'll find in any kind of metaphysical shop for the most part. You find a love yourself, or self-love. You'll find protection. You'll find money-making oils. Those are the most typical that I see, and those are the ones I know how to make pretty well. So this is a love yourself one. Akasha had a self-love one, and I wanted to make one of my own, so I made this one. This one might be the one we'll do today, but I do have some of this made up, and I really kind of wanted to make a protection potion. So I'll have to look through my box, but as you see, what I did here was I have all these herbs listed, and properties. Where did I get that from? I made a Book of Shadows. So what is a Book of Shadows? I really had no idea until Akasha told me. It's basically a place where you write out down all your magical information. And I had done a Book of Shadows on herbs and didn't even know I was making what some witches would call a Book of Shadows. I went over the internet and through some herbal books and wrote down the medicinal properties and any magical properties I could find on these herbs off of the internet and in books. But what Akasha taught me was, of course you do that research. She said, but what you really do is you feel the herbs when you're working with them. You feel their magic, and I'll show you that. So let's see. I'm going to look through my box. I'm going to Love Yourself, Fool. Here's protection. I do believe this one might be Akasha's. Now this is the one I did. I'm going to change it up a little bit, because this is a really big fat potion. I don't want to make a big, huge fat potion, so I'll show you. So here is a protection potion I made. And if you look up at the top, I have Angelica listed as the first one, and it wards off evil, then turns away negative and draws in positive. It's a barrier against negativity, protection, exorcism. So these herbs have these magical properties that most people have agreed on the internet. You can go ahead and look over that if you're watching the video. If you're not, I'll read it all out as I make the actual magic oil. But right now, I just want to show you what a recipe looks like. And if you're not watching, that was one example of one of the herbs on this list I have of herbs that I will put in my magic oil for protection. So the first one I have is Angelica. And the way I narrowed these down was by working with them myself and feeling them, going and making my Book of Shadows and then referring to it, and then getting the herbs, or already having the herbs and finding out more about them. The next one I have is Mullein, and this one says it keeps healers from getting sick. So a lot of healers, yeah, we catch what other people have going on. energetically, if we're in their energy, healing. It can happen. We can take it with us, and maybe we can't get it off. And here I have vervain listed, but it looks like I didn't have any vervain at that time. That's my favorite, one of my favorite protection herbs, and I do have some. And actually, my roommate, Dane, picked me some fresh vervain, and I dried it, and I'm going to use that in this protection potion. And next one I have listed is motherwort, and it says counter magic. So, for example, putting the motherwort into my magic oil, I have the intention of repelling negative magic. Counters magic against you. Most people, I believe, would love to have a protection oil on them, whether or not they know it works. Like, honestly, these magic oils, they will use themselves. You keep them in a container, and they'll just kind of disappear. They don't leak. It's oil. It'll be oil everywhere. The herbs are gone. What happened to them? It's magic. It's wonderful. So, I'm looking at this list for my protection potion or oil, magic oil. And I'm going to go back down into that scary, scary basement and try to find the herbs. I'm back in the creepy basement. Actually, the basement is the nicest place. And I'm looking over my herbs, and let's see. Beeswax. We love these. We don't need that or that or that. We do need something to make our oil in. Now, most of the time, when I make a magic oil, I will just do it on the stove top. Or if I'm making just one thing, I might do it in a little, like, candle holder oil burner thing. But this is what I'm going to use to make this protection oil that I have the recipe for. It is a cauldron. Ha! Love her. And I'll show you that some other time. Well, here we go. We have our cauldron. I have some salt. I have some sage. I have a candle holder. I have 5 black onyx. This is all my improvising mostly. Shungite. Black cat. I do believe this one's obsidian. And this is one of my rose quartz crystal cats that I think of Morgana when I use this cat. And what I do is, well, I'll show you. So to prepare for making the magic oil, I like to get some stuff out and make it special. A lot of times, usually I'd use a black candle, but I don't have one, chime candle, a big tall one. But I like to let the candle burn all the way down next to the oil while it's oiling. You'll see what I mean. I'm using a white candle because you can substitute magic candles, any of them, with white, they say. And I'm going to just kind of focus in on this candle. Just ask it to bring protection to my potion, to me. Bring nothing but good and kindness. Only for our highest and greatest good, or better. And thank you, candle. I'll put it on here. Now, before I light my candle, I really like to sage the area that I'm working in. Now, I like my torch. I'll sage. I'll get the sage going. And I always sage myself first. Ooh. I always sage my hair really well. I always like doing that. It feels so good for some reason. And I'm saging my area, where all my stuff is. See, you can see down here. Where all my stuff is getting saged. I hope I can make some decent sound out of that. But don't get behind me really well. In the attic. Oh yeah, we're in the attic for this, of course. So now I'm gonna just kind of put the sage to the side, let it burn. And let it burn out on its own. And I'm gonna light the white candle with my torch. So I'll have it over here to the side, but I'll pull it up here so you can see. And Einstein wants to see this part. And your familiars really are a part of all this stuff. They love magic. Okay, so this candle for protection and for our oil. And now some other things I brought. You can see, these are all my herbs that I brought from downstairs that will work for this oil. And I'll show them to you. And this is a Jericho rose, if you've never seen one. I have a video on YouTube of one opening and closing that I made. Let's see. And here's our recipe that I'm highly adapting. And a bunch of other herbs that I have found to be very protective and helpful. Now, this protection oil is more for magical attacks, say, not for physical safety in a are, but you can use it for that. You can make the energy work that way if you want to. But when I make this one, it's more against protecting against magical attacks, spiritual attacks, energetic attacks, or any kind of bad intentions towards you. Or me, in this case. So I'm pulling all these out. And as I add them to the oil, I'll go through that with you. Like what they all mean for me and what they feel like to me. And I'll show them to you. And maybe you can, with your ability to taste psychically or smell psychically or I guess it's clairvoyant. No, Claire. I can't remember which Claire it is right now. But the feely one. Cognizance? No, that's the one where you think. I just can't remember. It's one of the biggest Claires. I think it's a Claire. Claire. There's too many Claires. Maybe there's not enough Claires. Maybe we don't know them all. And look, I just found an interesting little couple of cabochons in the bottom of this bag. So I think they're supposed to go with this situation somehow. Pull them out and look at them. They were just in this bag. I hadn't seen them in there when I put the herbs in the bag. Interesting. One of them is, interestingly enough, it looks like it is a red jasper. Some kind of, maybe a tiger iron. I'm not sure, but it's a protective stone. Yeah, it is a really pretty stone. Another cabochon. And this is a rose quartz cabochon. And rose quartz is a healing stone and any kind of protection. It's good to have healing in it. So, okay. Well, this is my little setup. I'm going to get this fired up and going, and then we'll make our oil. So now I have made a little Bunsen burner kind of thingy, and I'm putting my cauldron on it. See how it holds. Looks safe. Looks good so far. And now, for the base of the magic oil, we use oil. This is olive oil, and olive oil is for peace and tranquility and bringing healing, which is how protection can be. So I'm going to add that to my cauldron. I'm leaving room, and it's heating up, with this little thing. I usually do this on a stovetop, but sometimes I'll do it on my cauldron, and because it's fun. It's a cauldron, So I got my oil in there, and I'm just kind of feeling the energy, feeling it out. See if the heat's on and on. So this is where I'm using my intuition. I'm going to put some salt in first. I just feel like that's the way to go. Just want to put some salt in there, in the oils. I'm putting a lot of salt in because salt is so cleansing and purifying, and it actually helps all things. So there's salt in this magic oil, and as the base, I also want to add these 5 obsidian or onyx. Are they onyx? I'm not sure what I think they're onyx, but the black stones is what I really wanted. Some nice small black tumbles, and I'm going to put them in there. Why 5? Because 5 is a number of change, and I want to change the safety circumstances. Now we'll go through my herbs. Now, kind of like a base herb that would be a good one for protection. I would say, I want to go with mullein, because mullein, I like thinking of it as like making a cake, Mullein will be like the bottom layer. And see, for our, where's our recipe? It says about mullein in our recipe, keeps healers from getting sick, physically, mentally, energetically, ward against the evil eye, protection from sorcery or hex. We need that one for the base, I think, if we're going for this kind of magical potion. And with this, I just kind of feel it. It's like, mullein just feels good. It feels protective. It's really light and fluffy. I put a lot of that in there, I think. A lot of that in there. Drop it in. Yeah, I love doing this so much. Thank you, Akasha, if you're watching this. I love you. It's because of you that I know how to do this. So next I'm going to put in lemongrass. I don't know if this one's actually on my recipe, but lemongrass is a cleansing kind of protective herb. And it can help your physical body in that way, in a different kind of, like, anybody has bad intentions towards you, if this is kind of in your influence of the magic oil, the lemongrass can kind of cleanse them of the thoughts of that. I also like to use lemongrass in my soaps a lot for that too. So the next thing I want to put in is mugwort. So what does our recipe say about mugwort? Let's find the mugwort. And I didn't find the motherwort. That's what I had on here. But mugwort is also one that can be very protective. It says on here, helps female problems. Carry On a trip in an herb bag, it protects and wards off unfriendly spirits. So that's what this one's good for. Mugwort. No bad spirits bothering you, mediums. That oil's probably getting a little hot. We do not want it to boil. And I have it on low as the heat's on very low. So I gotta get these oils in there. I'm feeling good doing this. It feels really good. So the next one I want to put in, I think it's this Life Everlasting. I usually put it in near the end, but I feel like it's a good one to put in the middle. For Everlasting Life. I'm not sure. It goes both ways. They're these like yellow flowers. I love putting these in all kinds of teas and everything. It's just so beautiful. And put them in. I have Life Everlasting on here. And this one says I do. And I put it in here for safety. Safety. So then I want to put in some pennyroyal, and I have pennyroyal on my list. And pennyroyal on my recipe says, rid home of negative thoughts of you. So you're ridding your area, your environment of negative thoughts of you, including your own. Or anybody around you might have some. Don't let them have it. Let's put a little bit. I just don't feel like a whole lot needs to go in there. Okay, so the next thing I'm feeling is this one. Let's see, yarrow. Now, yarrow is one that Akasha, when she taught me how to make her protection potion, I was like, let's put a little of yarrow in there. I think it was yarrow. An herb that lets you see the future a little bit. It's really good for, the perceptions. The psychic perceptions, so that you can see them coming. And she said, let's do that. She liked the idea. Improvise, right? And I love yarrow. You can see the yarrow. You can really feel it. You can squeeze it. I feel like you see something in there already. I'm going to put a lot of yarrow in there. You know what I didn't bring was anything to stir with. I'll get that in a second once I'm done. So next thing I want to do is the rosemary. I don't know if I have rosemary on here. Let's see. Rosemary is a very protective herb. I usually have some over my doorways, like dried rosemary hanging over my doorways. It's supposed to, bring in some, keep the bad energy out, bad spirits out, stuff like that. And this one, I don't think I have rosemary on here, oddly enough. But rosemary is just like one of the most protective ones there be. And I'm going to sprinkle it in there. I kind of feel it and dance with it. I love it. Rosemary. I wish I had some fresh. So now we got just a few more left. We have the cloves. I do want to do the cloves next. And our recipe says, cloves. Drive away hostile and negative forces. Stop gossip about you. And purify a space. So this will purify an area you're into. And cloves are just, they're wonderful. They just do everything wonderful. They're great for your teeth. They're just wonderful things in the whole world. I love them. Okay, so we got a few more left. I'm going to put in my last few. Valerian root. Now, Akasha loves valerian root, she says, for protection. So I'm going to put some in here for her. And I'll see what it says on the little thing. Oh, it doesn't say. But valerian root is used medicinally for sleep. It can make you sleep. And I'll put it in there just to kind of make them sleep on their bad intentions. It really smells. So kind of, it's like, I like the way it smells, but if people don't, it's kind of people you don't know if you should trust. I don't know if that's true or not. I do, though. I think so. So these two, rue and vervain, and I am going to go get my vervain that Dane, my roommate, got for me. One moment, please. It is just great to have your own ingredients given to you by somebody you know or something, and to harvest them yourself. So we're going to put in some vervain. If I can find it, I just had it. Ooh, where did I do with it? Oh, there we go. So when you mix vervain and dill, according to our recipe, if I need it, vervain is wards against evil, influences, enhances other herbs. That's what I like about it. Oh, there goes the dog. Protecting the house. Protection from sorcery. What was the cat being scared? And protection from hexes. And when you put it with dill, it says protection to mix with dill. The dill was also from a yard that my roommate got it from. And I'm just going to pull them off and kind of put them in there. And just in case I'm not right about that being vervain, which I feel like it is, I'm going to put a little bit of mine in there, just in case. And I think that's good. See, it kind of looks like the root. Ooh, it smells strong. The potion's starting to smell really good. It's starting to, it's getting a little boiling. Now this is rue. Oops. This is rue. I do love rue for mixing with vervain for getting rid of anger. So I found rue to be like really great for diffusing anger, especially mixed with vervain. Put that in there. No more anger for anybody. No, we don't have any reason to need protection, really. Oh. And then the last thing I want to add are some olive leaves, because olive leaves are for peace. Let's just put them in their hole. Okay, so now we have this. I'm feeling good about it, guys. I love this thing already. It's a very protective feeling. And I'm going to put my little spoon. I like a little wooden spoon. I'm going to mix it up. See how warm. Oh, it feels good. Now, when you turn the spoon to the left, you're stirring the ingredients in. And then when you turn the spoon to the right, you're pulling them out. So I'm going to put in my hope and juju and magic for protection into this oil when I do this now. Thinking of all the herbs. I'm just thinking about it. Pulling and putting it in. Oh, I'm pulling it out, aren't I? Now I'm pulling it out. It just kind of happens naturally. Okay. That's our oil. And for now, I will turn off the heat on my thingamabob, and I'll let the candle sit here, let this cool off, and when it's done, I'll see you then. And now we wait. So what did you think about the first lesson? We haven't bottled it yet. The whole process of making the oil. We get to bottle it when it's cooled off and put the essential oils in, if you like that. I definitely love putting essential oils in them. That's like the little zinger of magic that happens at the end. So now we have our oil right here. It's cooled off, and the candle's still going. That's okay. We don't let it go all the way down because I want to show you by candlelight how beautiful your magic oil came out. Look at this. Can you see it? If you're watching, if you're not watching, think of beautiful herbs and oil. So this is how we bottle it. Usually I'll get one of these. You can get these with essential oil kits, or you can get just like a little something to kind of spill it out with. Whoops. And sometimes I get like a little tincture bottle or something and put it in. I'm going to use a cosmetic jar this time. I like to get some of the plant matter, and I did put a little bit of cedar in there. Some cedar petals. And so I'm taking some in here. Ooh, that candle's hot. Ooh, that candle's hot. And I put it in here. See, I put some in there. I'm going to get some more. I don't want to burn myself, though. That's not fun. It's really not fun at all. And push more in there. I'm used to burning myself, though. And now I want to get some plant matter in there, so I'm going to kind of scoop it around in here and get some yummy stuff. Make it look pretty. I like the yummy stuff. Put that in lemongrass and all the beautiful herbs. Get it like, I'll just go stick my fingers in it and get some. That's going to be more fun anyway. Put it in there. Oops, there you go. And your oil out there. So this is my favorite part. Oh, the whole thing's my favorite part. I love doing all of this, actually. It's also fun. I'm going to put the essential oils in. So I wanted to put Palo Santo essential oil in, but I couldn't find it. So for this one, I'm going to put in Himalayan cedarwood first. So I'm going to put in, you do it very carefully. You kind of think about cedar as like the foundation, the base, the root, the bark, everything. A drop or two in there. Think about it. Adding to your oil. That's a cedar wood. And then I want to put in a little bit of rosemary next. So that's what I'm putting in now. Rosemary is very protective. Very, very protective. And let's see, put 3 in there. 3 is a good number. Put 4, because it's a 4 of angel number. And we got a 3 coming. 3. And come on. 4. That's the rosemary. And I also want to put in a little bit of clove. Where'd I put it? It's around here somewhere. Where'd you go, clove? There we go. I'll put some clove in there for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get that 5 change. Protection, cleansing, purifying, bringing good things. So, Smelling good. What do I do with the lid? Oh, it always happens to me. What do I do with the lid? I'm putting the lid on the magic oil. Now, you can print a label. You can just stick something on there. Make sure you label stuff so you know what it is. The essential oils will help you too, and you always know your herbs if you know your oils by looking at the plant matter. So, like, if you want to use it, usually you just carry this around with you, and you can put it in your pocket, you can put it in your bra, you can put it in your purse, you can put it under your pillow at night, and if, you know, you're not allergic to anything in the oil, you can put it on you. Like, I like to smell it. Oops. That smells really good. I love that. I wish I had the Palo Santo, but this is good. It feels very good. I can feel, like, the energy. I don't know if you can see any of the magic in it. I'll put it right there. I like to put it on my neck, especially when I have the yarrow in it. Put it in the back of my neck, because, like, it's protecting what's behind me from coming and getting me. And, so I'm going to go a little on my wrists, too. And you can put it on, you can anoint candles with it. You can anoint people with it. You can do whatever you want with it. Just don't eat it. Don't eat it. That probably isn't going to be very protective. Unless you are very good at what you do and know exactly what's in there. And it's not going to kill you, and you know it. So, listeners and watchers, thank you so much for being a part of this magical oil experience. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you can make your own oils. And of course, I want to thank Everclear, our sponsor. Everclear is an advice app and website, everclear.com. And you can get advice from psychics and empaths to get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. I'm an advisor on Everclear under the name Leesa P, L-E-E-S-A-P. And lastly, I just want to thank the herbs and be grateful for everything working out okay. Nothing caught on fire yet. And I think this is a good potion. I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with how you came out, potion. And I'm really glad that I finally got to do this. I've been wanting to do this podcast for a little while, so I'm very excited about it. And I hope you enjoy it too. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And any other magic podcasts you might want to hear, anything, or see a lesson on, or anything like that, mention it in the show notes, in the comments, and I will, if I don't know how to do it, I will ask my friend Akasha, who knows everything. Thank you so much, listeners and watchers, for always watching and listening, and miss you wherever you are. I love you. And listeners and watchers, I love you so much. Peace out.